What's going on, guys? Patch here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be looking at this recent pump that's going on in the Bitcoin price this second, how we were prepared for it, and what we expect to happen in the near future with the Bitcoin price. So make sure you guys stay all the way until the end of the video, because especially if you're in the US, I'm going to be talking about something really important towards the end of the video, and I don't want you guys to miss out on that. But before we dive into it, as always, I like to go over my portfolio, the trades that I was in since the last video that we made. And to be honest, we haven't had much trading going on. We've been in the same position. We entered over here on the 10th of September. It was a short. We were already able to secure the first take profit. Our stop loss is at around 10,840. Some people, if they wanted to be safe, might have moved that already since we hit the first target and their trade might be closed. But for some people who wanted to play a little riskier and haven't moved that stop loss yet, the original stop loss was $10,840. And the reason for that, you guys are going to see this, really simple. If I zoom out into the daily time frame, 10,840 is pretty much right over here at the top of the EMA ribbon, where it's supposed to be acting as support on the daily time frame. And if it gets there and looks like it's going to be breaking above, then I don't want to be in a short position anymore. So that's the reason why that happened. So overall, very not much really going on. But I did want to ask you guys, since we don't have much updates on the trade side, what do you guys think of me potentially uploading every single day? So for those of you guys who have been around for, since I started this channel, I uploaded daily all the way back. Now we're on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. But I am curious to know, because there's a lot of people out there who post every single day the technical analysis. I want to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments down below right now. Let me know if you guys want me to start uploading or go back to uploading every single day when it comes to technical analysis and everything that I see going on in the Bitcoin price. So let me know right now down below in the comments. And if you guys feel like you're missing out on opportunities on these trades and you want to catch everything this market has to offer, then make sure you guys check out the first link down below in the description for the cryptocurrency trade alert group. I post every single one of the trades that myself and my expert team are entering in real time in this group. So if you're a complete beginner, if you don't know how to do technical analysis, or you don't have time to do technical analysis, you can copy our trades. You'll get every one of our altcoin trades, every one of our leverage trades, and you'll get access to the #1 community in the cryptocurrency space. But most importantly, for 14 days, it's going to be completely free. Right? So we're going to hide nothing from you. You'll get access to everything for 14 days after you sign up, completely risk-free. And if you don't like it, whatever reason, no questions asked, all you have to do is cancel and you will avoid getting charged after those 14 days. So breaking down all the barriers to entry, a lot of people have been trading with us, have been following the trades, and it's been successful. For those of you who haven't, I can't wait to see you guys in there in the future. But let's jump into the analysis and what exactly we expect for Bitcoin, how we are not surprised by this move. And honestly, we were prepared. Even though we were in a short position ever since the 10th of September, we expected that to hit targets further down sooner. This move to the upside should have been no surprise to anybody watching my channel right now. We're going to go into that in just a second. But the daily, the 1 hour time frame, currently flipping above bullish on the EMA ribbon, had a short stint down when it had this huge wick, but then obviously breaking back up. Flip of the EMA ribbon came in. Currently price is well above the EMA ribbon, so wouldn't be surprised for a pullback here if it's going to continue up. But again, that price usually doesn't stay this far above the EMA ribbon for very long. You can see examples like here where it did have a huge spike up. Price was very far away from the EMA ribbon, and the EMA ribbon sort of acted as a magnet to bring it down to at least retest it and bounce up. But this time, you guys saw, it did break straight back down. So that's the immediate first thing I'm looking at in terms of the 1 hour time frame. You notice the pattern we had drawn previously, the triangle, that didn't have the volume of the breakout. So what that looked like to us was, you guys can check that on the last video I was talking about, but when we're talking about volume, the volume wasn't there to back up that breakout. So clearly that pattern wasn't the exact pattern that Bitcoin was choosing to stay in. It wasn't the pattern that we should have been looking at. If the volume's not there in the breakout, then that's not the right pattern. We have to reanalyze and figure out what it is exactly that we are looking out for. So the 4 hour time frame, this one is breaking above the EMA ribbon right now, looking like it's going to start having that flip. Very important to see if it stays above this, right? Potentially a retest, which would be extremely bullish, or if it's going to come back down and close as a wick. Similar to what we saw happen, for example, over here, where it looked like it was going to have that breakout, but ended up just reversing back down, and then obviously now trying to break out again. If that flip comes in, if we get that confirmation up, a very bullish sign on the 4 hour time frame to carry us up a little bit further up. How far? Again, that's going to depend on which resistances we break. The main ones we're looking at, obviously, things like 10,800, then even up to 12,100, which we have not been able to break yet, and we've tested multiple times before. That's going to be the 12,100 is the one that's holding us back from 14, 15K. The 10,800, for example, right here is sort of a smaller resistance area. And you guys can see we had a lot of volume over here as well, which is around the $11,100 mark as well over here. Previous support, multiple wicks, which is now potentially going to act as resistance. A lot of smaller resistances on the way up. And on the way down, we have the likes of 9,660 for the CME futures gap, as well as around 9,000, 9,100, which is a very strong level full of volume, which I expect to be, if we go down there, I expect that to be probably the lowest, probability-wise, that's probably going to be the lowest we end up going for the Bitcoin price. But daily, this is where it gets fun, because I've been looking at this chart for a long time, and nobody else has been looking at it. And I told you guys this in the last video. We've been looking at Bitcoin down here below the EMA ribbon, right? We had this huge gap in the price. Usually it acts as a magnet, and we come to see that touch of it again, and we come to see that retest of this flip that was coming in. We were looking at the flip for days. We've been looking at the price down here for days. I've been telling you guys, watch out for this move, because this move is very, very possible, especially with the gap of the price and the gap the price being, closes down here, for example, and the EMA ribbon being up here. That gap does not stay there for very long most of the time. So no surprise whatsoever here. A reason our stop loss was set over here. This to us was completely expected. Although we weren't in a long position, it is always important to be fully aware of what the price of Bitcoin could do, so that your stop losses, your take profits, your entry targets are all optimized, so that, if Bitcoin does have this move and it does reverse back down, it doesn't hit our stop loss up here, for example. For those who haven't moved it, obviously, those who want to play a little riskier, it depends on your strategy, right? Some people move after the first take profit, the stop loss. Some people move the stop loss after the second take profit. It really just comes down to your risk management, your risk tolerance, what exactly you're trying to go for. But the reason we initially set it up here was that if this happened, it didn't trigger the stop loss up here, and we could still hit targets on the way down. So every one of these targets, every one of our stop losses was set for a reason at the position it was. So that's the most important part. Again, a lot of people try to guess with these and put them randomly. That's not how it works. I don't recommend doing that whatsoever. Daily time frame, testing the EMA ribbon, a very good sign. No surprise, again, to anybody who has been watching this channel. At least I hope not. And the weekly, last but not least, we are bouncing off the EMA ribbon in this case, which is very bullish for the Bitcoin price. Obviously, we can still go anywhere up to here. The bottom of the EMA ribbon is still fair game. It's still support. As long as we're above it, it remains bullish. As you guys can see, the opposite happened over here at this level, right? Let me make sure you guys can see that, move it on the screen. So the opposite happened here, where we were below the EMA ribbon. We obviously had a bounce here for it. We had a bounce here for it, a few smaller bounces here. Couldn't break above, and it just tested and bounced over there, bounced down, right? Or just continued to have a major sell-off. Now, same thing happening over here, sort of. We are bouncing above the EMA ribbon a few times, and this looking like it could be a bounce. But again, we have the EMA, the CME futures gap. I always get the two mixed up. They're just three letters. It's difficult, right? But we have this CME futures gap over here at around 9,960, 9,965, which is not filled yet. Usually does get filled. The next one down that I told you guys, strong support, is going to be right around here. And for a very good reason. If I just highlight this, you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about. Look at how many times this has acted either as resistance or support, just over and over and over again. So much volume at this level. Would not be surprised whatsoever if Bitcoin has like a flash wick here, but breaking below that is going to be the part that's surprising. But the first focus is obviously the CME futures gap, which has not filled yet. Could still fill with the daily time frame if it does have that confirmation I've been talking about for a long time on the daily time frame, on the EMA ribbon, right? The flip, if it comes in, if it has that the confirmed bounce over here, then okay, right, it had the flip over here. It has the bounce and it continues down. A very, very good sign for us to fill that CME futures gap, which is around 9,665, somewhere over here, right? But on the other chart, no, wouldn't be very difficult for us to bounce off here, come down, maybe bounce again, and then eventually get that CME futures gap filled. And then we're looking for longs, right? Then we're looking for longs around either at this level and the next one at $9,000, $9,100. Key levels to look for long opportunities, which if you were to ride with a leverage up back to 12,100, I mean, depending on how much you jump in there, it could be a very, very good move. Let's just take this one for example, right? Oops. Let's just take this one and we'll drag it all the way up here. It's a 32% move at a 10x leverage, guys. That's a 320% move just at a 10x leverage. So if you guys want to capitalize on that, I have a link to Bybit down below. That link is going to give you, if you deposit 0.2 Bitcoin, it gives you, I think, $90 for free at the moment, which if you trade at a 10x leverage is $900 for free, and you guys can withdraw the profits from the trade that you trade with just the money that they give you, right? So you can just trade with the money they give you, withdraw the profits from that. It's basically free money that they allow you to trade with. I use it, a lot of other YouTubers use it, and not a lot of people can offer you that deposit bonus as well. So check that out down below in the description. It should just say Bybit, and it'll give you guys access to that. But like I said, imagine you're able to trade with that and you get a 320% move, or if you put in $1,000 at a 10x leverage and it goes back up to 12,100 at these levels, 320% move, you come out with like $3,000, right? I think it's a little more, but a little more than $3,000. I mean, for just putting in $1,000, that is a fantastic return in this market. So definitely one personally that I am also keeping my eye out on if we get to these levels to long, or if we do remain below the EMA ribbon on the daily time frame. Still a lot of opportunities to catch shorts as well, all on our way to that CME futures gap. But looking at the Bitcoin price, obviously up 1.5%. Altcoins, some of them, Binance Coin, Polkadot is up. Sort of a sideways day in the market in terms of altcoins. Bitcoin recently having its pump. It's only up 1.5% to be fair. Looks like a huge pump. It's not really that much of a pump, but especially not if you've been in the market for some time and you know what Bitcoin's capable of. If you've seen Bitcoin move 25% in a day, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say that 1.5% just doesn't feel like it's moving very much. Even if it looks like it's one big candle in the 1 hour time frame, just doesn't look like it's moving very much. But with that, altcoins a little sideways. Some are going to be up, like Binance Coin 5.8%. Some are down just a couple of percent as well. Like for Chainlink down 1.56%. You have the likes of Litecoin down 1.97%. But this is the important news that I wanted to share, especially if you're in the United States. The United States Internal Revenue Service, the IRS. A lot of people hate them because they take your money, basically. That's the taxes, right? They just announced a bounty of up to $625,000 to anybody who can crack Monero's privacy. This is pretty big. They're looking at crypto. They want to crack the privacy of it because they want to be able to track it. They want to be able to get their money, obviously. And it's an important piece of information for anybody who is within the US, that they are keeping an eye out on it. I see them continue to take crypto more and more seriously. They've added it, I think, a crypto question to the first page of the tax form. They're taking it a lot more seriously. Now, my thing is, $625,000 is no chance if I have this information, I'm giving it up for $625,000. I don't. I swear, government, I don't. I wish I was smart enough to be able to do something like that, but no chance if I had it, I'd do it. These guys are gonna make billions of dollars a year off of this stuff. And they're offering $625,000? No shot. I was gonna say 50, nah. 150 million at least if you want me to give you that information. I don't have it, unfortunately. If I did though, just a little tip in case you guys know, I would negotiate it. That's not worth 625. It's worth a lot more than that based off how much money they're gonna make from it. But guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, don't forget, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts on daily technical analysis uploads, and also make sure you're subscribed and you hit that notification bell so that you can get notified if we go daily, or even if we don't, we just stick to the schedule now. You guys can get notified of every video that we post so that you can put yourself in the best position. That's my whole goal, to put you guys in the best position to benefit and catch the opportunities that this market has to offer. There's so many of them. There's so much opportunity in this market. I want to help as many of you guys out to catch them because, quite frankly, a lot of people wonder why I would care about other people making money. Quite frankly, it doesn't affect my money. If it affected my money, then that'd be a different story. But it doesn't, right? We could, if I'm trading and I give you guys my analysis, as long as I'm in the trade and I profit from it, I'm happy. Everybody else who's watching can be in there too. As long as, as long as we can all join in and nobody suffers from it, that's all good with me. But yeah, that's basically why I do this. I hope you guys enjoy. Again, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday for another video.